Okay, this is David Formhals, video number 10. I talked earlier about how when the students got out of school, they would go to like a daycare for a real young kid and a boys club or girls club for like younger kids or what is Down syndrome class for a Down syndrome kid. Okay, if it wasn't a Down syndrome, okay, anyway, somebody suggested to send a meal home with them, and I thought maybe when they're at the boys' club, they could have like a smorgasbord, not so much a smorgasbord, but a meal they're prepared for them before they got home with, whatever they would need, a smorgasbord meal for before they got home. Depending on they could choose what they wanted, a warm meal. It'd be a shuttle bus to take them from school to whatever organization the parent would approve. A Christian may not want their kid to go to places where there wasn't a Christian person, and it's sort of a prejudice, but sometimes prejudice prevails. So that's just life. Or a Jewish person may not want their kid to go to a Christian place. That's life. They may want their kid to go to a synagogue organization, and the government, would provide them with a place for their kid to go with a meal. It'd pay for the meal before the parent got home from school, and provide a bus from this organization to the home. In between the time it took for the parent to leave work and get home, there's a time slot. And then also on weekends, it would have a boys' club or a girls' club when the parent would be home. But there'd be a gym. Well, like when it's raining, there'd be a gym where the kid could go to the gym and play inside. And that's like kids, like a teens club, teen center. There could be a teen center. You wouldn't necessarily want an armed guard, but you may have one. There'd be a no drug policy with a policeman, and then if you had a drug policy, you'd want a sniffing dog, which would be run by a policeman, which would be armed, which would be $500 an hour, 60-40. And that's like the people that train the dogs, they'd have to be well qualified. That means be $600 an hour to train the dogs. And that's like if you're out on the street looking for a home, they have $1 million houses that are trading hands all the time. If you put something in the plane that costs $1 billion an hour, where you may get shot down, and you got families and families and families that are looking for homes, chances are I'm not saying, but if we all get together and vote, as Americans, if we got hundreds of houses that are millions of dollars, and we bought thousands or hundreds of planes that are billions of dollars, maybe we can put these people in houses that are being sold all the time, like they're millions of dollars. Maybe we can put these hundreds of, a bunch of people in these, or build houses. If I'm elected, we'd have plenty of jobs. We could hire construction workers at $300 an hour to build houses for people, and put them in houses, although they may be $100,000 or $200,000 houses. They'd have jobs building them, or they'd have jobs somewhere in the auto industry or somewhere else, and live in a decent housing, and have them build schools for kids. They may not bus them to different areas, but have decent housing for people that are looking for better housing, and not have to bus them, and they could move out of the areas where there's crime. They wouldn't be living in this crime-stricken area. And that's just part of it. If I'm elected, you're not voting for me, we're voting for the ideas, and they'll only change if you elect me. Chances are these other people aren't saying these things. They're not guaranteeing these things. I can't guarantee it. It's only if elected that I can guarantee it. And that's like, it's only if elected I can guarantee it. because I'm going to have this Department of Peace that'll run just like the Department of War. When they built these stealth bombers, the people that run the government didn't know how much they cost. I'm really not going to talk. We won't know how much this is going to cost at the start. When they started building these stealth bombers, they didn't know how much it's going to cost. It's sort of an open-ended budget. We don't know how much this is going to cost when they go into it. It's just going to be open-ended. We're not going to plan on how much it's going to cost. We just go into it and build it. That's like when they build a bridge, they say we can only spend that much. I'm going to say build that bridge no matter what it costs. Build the bridge and do it right. And then when you get done, send me the bill. We're going to build it right. Don't figure we're only build it so good and then cut it off. And if it costs more, we're not going to build it. That's like when they built them stealth bombers. They said no matter how much it costs, build the stealth bomber. I say when you build that bridge, no matter how much it costs, send me the bill at the end and we'll pay it. When you have these people out of work, I say put them to work no matter how much it costs and send me the bill at the end and we'll put them to work at the end. That's the way it's going to be with the Department of Peace. After we get done doing it, and we're not going to pay it, we're just going to pay it. We're not going to say it's a debt. We're not going to say it's a debt and it came from anybody. We're going to pay it. I sort of said it wrong there. We're not going to say we borrowed it from anybody. This is ad number 10. We're not going to borrow this money from anybody, so we're not going to pay it back. World War II, they didn't have money. They didn't borrow the money from anybody at World War II, so they don't have to pay it back to anybody. They didn't pay it back to anybody. But, that's just the way it went. But this is 7 minutes. I thought I was going to do more. But I think that takes care of everything. We're going to have a public aid office in these things for the kids, where there'll be a public aid office in these wides and things, where they'll be able to take care of all their public aid needs. When the kids go into the gym, there'll be a public aid office to take care of that. For any public aid need or anything else associated with it. That's the end of it. Thank you. Bye.